Hey guys, today I just wanted to show you my new tarot card deck. This is the Dark Mansion Tarot, and these cards are absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do a flip through and show you each of the cards. My daughters gave these to me for Mother's Day, and unfortunately they didn't get here in time for Mother's Day, so they just made me this. It said coming soon from Poland, and then they cut out the little moon card and put that inside, just so I knew that I was getting the tarot cards eventually. I had no idea that these came from Poland, and neither did my kids until they ordered them. They were a little nervous because there wasn't a tracking number, but they did eventually arrive, and it took 2 weeks to get here to Seattle. This is the box that they came in. I just wanted to save the box so I could show you. It looked a little sketchy when I opened the mailbox. They were wrapped in this really crazy black plastic, but that's how the outside of the box was wrapped. Then inside, there was styrofoam, there was a bubble pack, and then inside of that was the sealed cards. These were sealed in plastic. So they arrived in perfect condition. It was great. They, coming from that distance, and it is a paper product, you don't want them to get wet or destroyed in any way. So very happy with the packaging and how they sent them. The box in size, I'll just compare it to the Crow cards that I showed you last time. So pretty much the same size. I have to admit, I do prefer the box that US Games uses. It's a separate lid and base, and I prefer that because this makes me a little bit nervous just because it's a paper hinge on the side here, and I just wonder how well that's going to hold up. It seems okay for now. It does close nicely, so that's good. On the back it says 78 beautifully illustrated cards in easy-to-use size of 74 by 120 millimeters. Printed on high quality laminated matte paper, and there's a few examples of the cards here at the bottom. The only complaint I have about the box is right here. It looks like the box had ripped at some point and they glued it back together, and that's okay. I'm happy that they glued it back together, but for the price I wish that little flaw wasn't there, but it's all good. And then on the inside it says the Dark Mansion Tarot Regular Edition. So this edition is $59. That's a lot to spend for tarot cards, but when you see the artwork, you'll understand why I really wanted these. There's another version that is $89, and the cards are a little bit bigger from what I understand. The backing of these cards looks like this, which is really cool, and it is a reversible design. The other set of cards for $89 is like this. The backing is like this with without the words on there, but it's in a brown sepia tone, and it looks like there's a little blue jewel. I'll insert a picture of it here so you can see what those look like. And then there's another set for $130, and it comes in a wooden box, and there's a bag, and it's it's a really big, nice set. But for $59, I'm just thrilled to have this set and have the artwork in my hand because it's absolutely beautiful. The images, the creativity, it's unbelievable. Inside here it says, we are creating this tarot deck for 2.5 years, devoting our heart and mind to it. We hope that you will love it as much as we do. And it says the graphic artist is Magdalena Kazan. I hope that's how you say it. Kaczan. So, yeah, I hope I didn't totally butcher her name there. And then on the other side of the box is that design there. So yeah, the cards here, this is the backing of them, and then they're edged in black, which is really cool. The little cover card here just shows the Tarot Eka Studio. I hope that's how you say that. And it just says the Dark Mansion Tarot, and again, it just shows what the backs of the cards look like. And then I'll just compare these to my Crow cards for size. So they're about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch shorter in length and in width, but really nice cardstock. They both are actually, but these ones feel a touch thicker. And the Crow Tarot, they have a bit of a shine to them, but these ones where it's the matte, you don't get that glare. So yeah, so they're really nice. And then I'll insert a picture of the Rider-Waite Fool card just so you can see the different interpretations of the Fool card. And I really would love if this set had come with a book. The Crow Tarot does come with a little book. Now, these are put out by US Games, and they do the little book, and it talks about the crows and the different cards and what the meanings are. So it would be kind of cool if this one did come with a book, just because her characters are so unique and just beautifully designed. It would be neat to have a little booklet to explain some of the characters in a little more detail. Now, I mentioned in my last video that I used to have a Rider-Waite set about 25 years ago, and they're the original cards and stuff, and I never really connected with them because I do not like the artwork. And when you see these, you'll understand that, you know, there's different card sets out there and the artwork can be vastly different. I don't care for the Rider-Waite, but I am trying to learn the cards, and some of the interpretations of cards, depending on what deck that you have, it's kind of hard to learn them if they're vastly different. Like this one has a clown and it has a brown dog, and the original one has a white dog, he's holding a rose, he doesn't look like an actual clown. So I've been using YouTube and Google and doing some different searches and learning about the Rider-Waite set just so I can kind of get a basic understanding of the tarot cards and what their meanings are, so that if I have a set like this or I have a set like the Crow set, I can kind of, I know the interpretation of the cards to begin with based on the Rider-Waite, and then I can interpret these cards as well. So I just want to get a basic understanding of the tarot cards from the Rider-Waite deck. So I don't know if I'm going to give in and buy a set of them. They have changed the designs over the years and the colors and all that, because some of them were so yellow and so orange, and the people were very orange and yellow in them, and it just drove me crazy, so I never really connected with those cards. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll give in and buy them, or I'll just go off the internet and just learn the cards that way. I've been keeping a little journal and writing down the meanings of the cards, and that's just how I learn. If I copy something down, it'll go into my head a little bit easier. But and I would also like to design my own cards someday. So I'm just trying to get ideas of what kind of symbols should be in the cards based on the original deck, the Rider-Waite one. So yeah, I don't know. And then she's taken it to a different level with some of the images that she's done. So I don't know. But I think if I get that basic understanding of the cards first, then I'll know what to include in my design. So anyway, I just wanted to do a flip through and just show you how beautiful these cards are. Her creativity is unbelievable. And these cards have a border on them. Some people don't like a border, but this one's really cool. It has little swirly-doos going around here. There's a little bird skeleton and a human skeleton. There's a couple up here that look like Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I love her use of blues and turquoise and reds. She uses that color combination quite a bit, and I absolutely love those colors together. And the detail is just absolutely insane that she uses in these. The Hermit, I showed you that in my last video with the Crow. So it's just fun to see different versions of the cards. This one is one of my favorites, the Wheel of Fortune, and I love how she included the earth, air, fire, and water in that. The Hanged Man is really cool. He's a vampire. There's a little bat all twisted up on the in the tree next to him. Crazy little frog down below. So I just love the tiny little details that are in these. Death looks a little bored. The Devil card is so cool with these big bat wings. Really neat. And her work has been compared to Tim Burton, and I can see why. This is another one of my favorite cards, the Tower card. And I know I said in the Crow card I liked it because it looked like birds were flying as opposed to people falling. And these are people, but I tried to zoom in with him on my phone so I could see it. My eyes aren't that great. And it's like a little creature. It's so funny. But I absolutely love that. Love the colors. The moon, I watched someone else's video and they were saying that her head is the moon. I didn't realize that when I had first seen it. I love this one too. It reminds me of the stretching room in the Haunted Mansion at Disney. I love the wallpaper and oh my god, it's just really cool. Her wands are really neat. They're very twisty. This reminds me of Coraline and the ladies that live downstairs in the house, and they put on the performance for for Coraline. The cards are really nice and thick. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm just holding one. The only thing I question is the Fool card and where he's like an actual clown. Based on the characters, they have like a very Victorian feel to them. And I'm just surprised that the Fool didn't look more like that as opposed to a straight up clown. But it's still very cool. Then we have the King and Queen of Wands. Then we have the Cups. There's a little dragonfly going by there. I know one of my viewers, she has a connection with dragonflies the way I have one with red cardinals. And I just want to say thank you so much for everybody who has recently subscribed to this channel. And when I did the Crow Tarot video, I don't know if that's what did it, but I had linked it to a video called The Red Cardinal Story. And it was a video I had done 6 years ago and my connection with cardinals. And a lot of people had commented on it and shared your own personal stories with me, and I really appreciated that. That was really cool for everyone to take the time to comment and share. Love this card. A little person inside the cup and a ghost. A little dragon devil thing here. This I love. The black going into navy, into blue, and then the turquoise water with her red cloak. It's so cool. So if some of you are tarot card people and you thought this was a tarot card channel, I apologize that it's not if you've seen some of my other videos, but I do hope you stick around and watch some of my other videos. This is more of a vlog style channel that I do. Love that water. And these two cards are really cool. If you put the King and the Queen of Cups next to each other, it kind of makes a scene. Like it has, like you follow the land. The water's a little bit darker in this one, but it still seems like it's supposed to be one continuous scene. And then she has the pearls in her dress. He has them on his robe. Very cool. And just the details of all the little pearls and stuff. It's really cool. And if you're a regular subscriber of mine and you're like, what is Tanya doing with these tarot cards? If you see this artwork, you'll know why I like these. They're so creative and so beautiful. I'm going to put the Rider-Waite version of this card, the Three of Swords, next to it, and you can see like how creative this is compared to that original card. I love that it's a locket of hair instead of just a heart. That's so neat. So just for the artwork alone, it's just so interesting. And I've been watching a lot of people's tarot card flip-throughs and stuff, and people have huge collections of tarot cards. And knowing me, it's something I'll end up doing. I love to collect things. This is kind of dark and stabby, but it's very cool. And then this next card, the Eight of Swords, this is, I think, one of my favorite cards. So I think the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, the cup one where it's the water, I think it was the Five of Cups or Six of Cups, I don't remember, with her with the red cloak on, and then this I think is the card that sold me on the deck. Just the blue and the melting snow and the hair across her face like a blindfold. I just think it's completely gorgeous. Love that. This one's very stabby, but it's really well done. Oh, and then the King and Queen of Swords, they have these blue outfits on. Look at that. That is so cool. I love that color, blue. Isn't that neat? And then we have the pentacles. This is really neat. This is so creative. I'll insert the Rider-Waite version of this card. And the way they thought to do the fishing nets with the pentacles, that is so cool. Love that. And he's like tossing the other one up in the air, but it's right in the spot where it should be. That's so creative. And some people have a connection with one particular card. Like I like the Three of Pentacles in the Crow set. This one, I like so many of the cards. I don't know, I just can't pick just one. The set that I'm trying to design, I designed probably about 6 cards or so by now. And they were just very plain, very bold. And then I was like, I don't know about that. And then I saw the Crow tarot cards and I was like, well, maybe it needs to be more of a watercolor. And I tried that. And now that I see that she has so much detail in her cards, I'm like, okay, I need to go back to the drawing board. I need to rethink what I'm doing here. So I've put it on hold for a minute, but I do want to design my own cards at some point. I think it'd be really cool. And there's some companies out there that will print them for you. And then we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. So the cards are the Dark Mansion Tarot. And I hope you enjoyed that flip through of all of these cards. One more thing I want to show you before you go is this bandana. I bought this online from shakedowngoods.com, and this is just a kind of neat bandana that I thought would be cool to just lay my cards down if I'm, looking through them and reading them. And what's really neat about this, it has elephants on it. And I learned when I was little, I remember someone telling my mom that if an elephant has its trunk up, it's good luck. And if the trunk is pointing down, it's bad luck because the luck falls out of his trunk. So I just thought it was really neat that it had the elephants on it. It came from Shakedown Goods. It has a very strong smell of incense. So I may have to wash it. I'm very sensitive to smells, so I'm not doing so good with the incense smell. But the pattern is really neat. And if you go on their website, they have this in purples and greens as well. And the color combination here is a little strange. It's like black and rust and gold and black, blue, and cream. So it's not colors you'd think to put together, but I think it's really neat. So I just wanted to share that with you. And I hope you enjoyed this flip through. So I hope you guys are good, and I'll be back with some more videos soon. All right, take care, guys. See ya.